Hello everyone, this is Ninja Guy _12 here, bringing you a match in the Gouf. The standard Gouf. The MS07B Gouf. You know, the one that basically most people would widely consider like the worst Gouf in the game. But I'm here to tell you the buffs this thing got. It's actually quite good. It's actually pretty good now. Though I still think it could use an extra buff or two for it to be totally perfect. It still needs a few more things for it to be an absolute unit. But otherwise, I think they've done a pretty good job, BB Studios, on buffing this thing. So, before we continue, if you guys want to make any GB02 request videos this month, you could ask me on my Discord server. I'll make sure to get your requests done. There's not really anything to mention about the colors, because these are just the stock colors of the Gouf, except I just removed the highlight and weathering and the specular. Basically, I put those all to 0, and it looks really good. That's how I basically prefer all my mobile suits, and it really tells you I don't really use this at all because I don't even have a custom paint scheme on this thing. I just have the normal standard colors on it and nothing else. Because I used this thing like once or twice when I first started this game and then never bothered using it again because it was a really bad suit that didn't really have any redeeming qualities. And to be honest, despite all the buffs, it could use a, something else to help it improve its situation here. So let's kind of talk about this thing. So basically, its primary and only weapon for its melee, or not melee, but it's ranged, is its 5-barreled Vulcan gun hand thingy. Which, what they did is they buffed the fire rate, and I think the damage as well. So basically, now it basically kind of acts like the head Vulcans of like a GB02 or the Mark II's Vulcan pod now, and that is really nice. I love the new buff they did to the Vulcan gun hand. It is great. However, I'm still a bit surprised the fact that we can't like equip a machine gun or a bazooka on this thing, because technically speaking, even in the original Gundam series, you did see Goufs with Zaku machine guns or bazookas, because obviously the hand is still the same. Obviously they would just have to kind of work their way around the actual heat rod bit, but that would be basically converted to an MS07A Gouf, which is basically without the Vulcan gun hand and the heat rod, if I'm not mistaken. But still, you did see Goufs in the original Gundam series with machine guns, at least. Even the, what was it? The original high-grade Gouf. That thing came with a Zaku machine gun. Unlike the Gouf Revive that came out, that thing only came with basically 2 heat swords, and then obviously the Vulcan gun hand and everything. The original did come with a machine gun, so yeah, it really shows you this thing should get at least a different option in case you don't want to use the Vulcan gun hand. Because obviously I would love to just throw on an MP80 machine gun, like the standard one, or just a Zaku bazooka or something. That'd be quite nice. But whatever. Its melee weapon is the Gouf Heat Sword, It is also used by the Zaku 1 Gerrit Schmitzer, and it is a really good melee weapon. That's probably the only, like, redeeming quality about the suit when, before its buffs, was basically the heat sword. It was the really only good thing about it, was how much damage you did with the sword. So, yeah, there was that, and then the heat rod, which is still the one thing I do have a problem with. The heat rod, despite it basically, you know, doing the shocking thing to enemy mobile suits where it kind of temporarily disables their radar and everything, that is fine and dandy. The problem with it is the downswing of this thing. Basically, you still have to basically commit to it, and that is something that is really hurting this suit's reputation. It's just the heat rod downswing is this thing basically Achilles' heel next to the other thing I'll mention in a bit, but yeah, if they were able to basically make it so that you could actually boost out of the downswing, that'd be really nice. If you really want to basically boost out of it, you have to hit a certain frame in order to get out of it. Unfortunately, you don't see me do that at all because I have never used this suit, so I don't know what frame I'm supposed to, like, boost out of. So, yeah, that's nice. I hope they'll fix that because this thing really needs to not, like, basically commit. Because this thing's, like, health and defenses are kind of shit. So, basically having a downswing that makes you basically stand still really hurts this thing a lot. So, it'd be great to not have to do that. That's all the weapons this thing has, by the way. There's no other weapons. It's kinda poo. I hope they give it at least something else, honestly. But, I don't think they would. And then the other thing that should be on this thing, and maybe if they could do that for, like, the higher levels of this thing, is giving this thing a not downswing, fucking dodge roll, that's the word. Because it would really help the survivability of this suit. Because a dodge roll would be really nifty. And basically, most of the other goofs that we see, like the Goofish Donahue and the Goof, like, test type, they have dodge rolls. And, except for, obviously, the raids. All the raid goofs don't have one, and that's a shame, because especially this one in particular should get a dodge roll at the very least. I mean, it's the one goof that has the minimal amount of equipment on it, and yet you're telling me this thing can't do a dodge roll. Alright, that's fine. Whatever. Fuck you, I guess. But, still, I'm really happy with the buffs they did to this thing. It made it not a crap mobile suit, and it makes me want to keep using this now. Because before, using the original, kind of pre-buffed goof, it was a travesty. And basically, you pick this thing back in the day, man, you were just guaranteeing a loss because it was so bad. But at least now they made it kinda good. So I'm happy they did that. So thanks, BP Studios. You did something right, but still, give this thing a dodge roll and make it not have to commit to the downswing, and this thing is basically perfect. But otherwise, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this match and commentary, and I will see you guys in the next video. See you all later.